We're back with the president of Iran. It must be difficult to have so many people up in arms about you. President Sarkozy of France accuses Iran of taking the international community on a dangerous path. British Prime Minister Brown says that due to the serial deception of many years, the international community has not a choice but to draw a line in the sand. Now that's France, Britain, the United States. How do you react? All three are attacking you.
Well, Mr. Sarkozy and Mr. Brown's statements really lack any legal credibility. And from our standpoint, what they say is not of much value. If they have the guts, they might as well resolve the problems that face them in France and in Britain. Who exactly are they to decide about others around the world? Where in the regulations specified by the IAEA does it say that France and Britain can actually make statements of this nature on their own? We are a member state of the agency. We're not a subcategory of Britain or France. Mr. Larry King, it seems to me that they're still living in the colonial age. That time has passed.
Doesn't it bother you that they say these things? It does not bother you?
Not at all. It doesn't matter to us. But what Mr. Obama says does matter.
Because?
We did not expect Mr. Obama within less than 48 hours to basically violate the commitment that he spoke of at the United Nations. He said that he wants to bring about change, to introduce changes, and we welcome that. I believe that the American people are hopeful that these changes will occur, as are many other nations around the world. We feel that giving information that is not correct to the American president does not help America's standing in the world, and I believe it is his mission to restore the American standing in the world in some way. So this statement was very weak. It was kind of illogical, given that we have cooperated with the IAEA and now are being accused of non-cooperation.
Are you saying you're disappointed in the President of the United States?
We simply didn't expect him to say something that was...
All right. President Sarkozy
was baseless.
President Sarkozy also said, if by December there is not an in-depth change by the Iranian leaders, sanctions will have to be taken. Now, there already are sanctions. How will you respond if additional sanctions are imposed on you, which appears likely?
There are 2 points I like to clarify. One is with respect to Mr. Obama. Now, nobody can forget how Mr. Tony Blair encouraged Mr. Bush to carry out militaristic actions. Now, where is Mr. Tony Blair these days? Where is Mr. Bush these days? Were the measures taken in favor of the United States of America? Were they in favor of the world? Did they benefit the world? Now, the second point that I want to say is that whoever sanctions Iran is in fact sanctioning itself. The time for sanctions has passed. It belongs to the previous generation. And it's one of those things that needs to change. How do you think that it's possible to speak about an open economy and free trade and sanctions all at the same time? It's impossible. I mean, sanctions tend to lose in a global environment where world markets operate openly, especially when we're speaking of Iran and against Iran. Iran is a powerful country. Haven't we been sanctioned so far? For 4 years, they've been placing sanctions on us, and our economy is still growing, and Iran is advancing. So what Mr. Sarkozy says is really, I would say, lacks value from our standpoint. It is regrettable that an individual like him is the president of France.
We'll ask you in a minute what dangers Iran might face from this after this.